The elevation mark with name field is a highly specialized field that specifically pertains to the value of the elevation of a given mark. In tutorials earlier, we described how to create a drawing, choose reference points, and create relative marks, and then tag entities from these reference points so that the drawing always shows the proper reference points. For example, here it says elevation mark with name, and we're just going to put in the value 0. 0 is actually the name of the mark. And if we hit the ampersand here, you can see that Practicat puts in the word elevation, and then it shows the name of the mark 0. To demonstrate why this is a useful feature and what we use it for, we're going to exit out of the system, and we're going to go back into the elevation box. And what we're going to do here is take a look at the elevation box and notice that we had created a reference point at 10 foot and set it to relative bottom. And we had created a mark with the name 0. And that happens to be the default name of the first reference point you put on your drawing. Now this duct, if we click on it and go to the elevation box, you can see that the bottom of duct is at absolute 20 foot. And there is a property for that, and it's called bottom elevation. The property bottom elevation means the absolute value of the bottom of that duct. Now what happens is if we come over to our tag bin and we choose the elevation 0 no leader tag that we trained you to use in the earlier tutorials, and we apply it to this duct, you'll notice that it happens to say the bottom is at 10 foot. The reason why is the tag is intelligent. Let's left click and then right click on this tag and go to edit tag so we can see how this tag is actually working. We're going to click on field 2A, and if you look at it, we're showing the text B equals, so we always see B equals on the drawing. Then we have a little plus key, and then we have the property bottom elevation minus elevation mark 0. Now the bottom elevation of this duct is 20 foot. The value of the elevation mark 0 happens to be on the drawing 10 foot. So it's subtracting the two for us. And what this is doing is it's allowing us to have duct in the BIM model at 20 foot, but the tag is saying that we're only 10 foot above our reference point. So if we basically click on this duct, you can see that the bottom of duct's at 20 foot. However, the tag is taking the bottom elevation, the property bottom elevation, and it's subtracting the value of elevation mark 0, which happens to be 10 foot. So the tag says 20 foot minus 10 foot and shows bottom 10 foot. And that's what we want, because in this particular tutorial, the bottom slab or the top of the slab we're referencing from is at 10 foot. However, in the BIM model, we need the bottom of this duct to be at 20 foot. So the tags hold the intelligence, and your default data has all of that intelligence, those formulas, already built in. This tutorial is just to explain how they work, because you can create relative marks of any number with any name, and you can use those values to subtract from any elevation tag or any property. In this particular case, we're using it to subtract the bottom elevation and top elevation of the duct from our relative bottom mark, which happens to be elevation mark with name 0.